Day. My name is Roselie Agulto from the Northern Marianas College in Saipan, and my field experience is entitled An Assessment of Parental Dietary Intake and Its Influence on a Child's Eating Behavior in the CNMI. In the early years of life, a child's eating behavior is established by parents or primary caregivers. The number of cases for non-communicable diseases and obesity in the CNMI are growing, which are caused by a multitude of lifestyle behaviors, including unhealthy diets. There are many perceptions of the terms healthy and unhealthy, and several factors may influence this. In my research, I wanted to examine health perceptions of parents or caregivers and identify how these influences affect their intake and their child's dietary consumption. There are 3 locations in which the surveying was conducted: Camp Magalahi at the Saipan Southern High School, Women, Infants, and Children Program, WIC, and the Summer Reading Program at the Chalankanoa Manhopen Center organized by the Jotinkizu Library. Participants in my study were parents or caregivers with children from ages 2 to 12 that have been residing in the CNMI for 5+ years. In order to move forward with my research, I used a survey that had a series of quantitative and qualitative survey questions. Qualitative questions on parental perceptions of health examine knowledge on healthy eating, their primary sources of information, and factors that affected their eating behavior. Second, 2 food frequency questionnaires that assess the parents and their child's food intake was completed. The FFQs assess food intake on how often they ate fruits and vegetables, meats, packaged foods, beverages, snacks, and eating at home or in restaurants. Educational pamphlets on healthy eating and a $10 gift certificate to fruits and vegetables were given after completing the surveys. So this is how my pamphlet looks like. It's called Eating Healthier with Your Family. When you open it up, you will see a healthy recipe for an easy to make banana pancake breakfast. Inside of my pamphlet, I wanted to include some information on the importance of a healthy diet in both children and adults. This section on the farthest left is for children, while the middle section is for adults. They include tips on leading a healthier lifestyle and healthier alternatives for food and snacks that they can both switch to instead. On the farthest right of the pamphlet, I included 6 healthy cooking tips, and the bottom here, I wanted to inform parents of their important roles in developing their child's eating behavior. This is how the other side of the pamphlet pretty much looks like as well. Before handing out the survey, I had some food models on display for parents to look at as references as they were completing the FFQs. And here are just some of the clips of how it went. Results of the survey were then compared to see whether variables in the qualitative section affected the food's intake of the parent and the child. Data revealed that parents have a correct perception on healthy and unhealthy eating. Eating fruits and vegetables were most commonly described as a healthy eating behavior, while eating junk food was described as unhealthy. When asked to choose the top 3 factors that affected their intake, taste, cost, and mood were the answers chosen. However, 60% of respondents stated that these were not a healthy influence. Among the concerns in the family setting regarding healthy eating, most respondents, 39%, said that a challenge or difficulty was the different food preferences among family members. While 60% say that they have a family history of chronic disease, half of the participants say that they know about the link of certain foods and NCDs. Those that reported their awareness of such relationship were to write down what they have heard, and most, 40%, said that unhealthy diets lead to diseases such as diabetes. 90% say that if a family member was diagnosed with a chronic disease, this would influence their perception on healthy eating. Although most respondents believe that eating fruits and vegetables promote a healthy lifestyle, both the parent and the child actually do not meet the recommended daily servings. Furthermore, the majority of parents and their child prefer to eat the healthier options more frequently as opposed to unhealthy choices such as eating fresh over processed meats, drinking water over sugar-sweetened beverages, and choosing to eat at home more often than eating at fast food restaurants. In conclusion, their health perceptions do reflect most of their eating habits positively. However, eating fruits and vegetables seem to be less consumed than perceived. Like any other research project, I did have some challenges of my own. One of them being that some of the participants didn't have English as their primary language. Therefore, I would have to help them understand some of the words from time to time. A second challenge would be that since my surveys were conducted in the morning, I wouldn't have as much willing participants just because they would have to get to work on time, and I would actually have to stay longer than anticipated in those locations that I had. But even though those were challenges, I was able to complete my research project and overcome them, so that's a good thing. There are definitely lessons learned throughout the whole field experience. One being time management, which is very important, let me tell you. A second one being organization, and a third one being strategic planning. And lastly, I want to thank CHAP for this great opportunity. And in conclusion, thank you for watching.